Without growth, you can't actually change anything. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're new here, I am Erin. I post videos on spirituality and self-development, lifestyle content, vlogs, all that sort of stuff. So if you're interested, definitely subscribe. And if you are subscribed, thank you. I love you. I am happy to see you again. We also have Miko here. He's making a debut for the video. Say hello. Thank you. That's very good. Hello. He's still learning his English, so, you know, be patient with him. I wanted to talk about something that's been kind of on my mind lately. I was having a rougher week and I was just really overwhelmed and I felt really anxious. I felt like I didn't have control. I just was like really, you know, it was one of those weeks. And I'm feeling better now and I'm looking back at the week and I'm just realizing how easy it is to be on this spiritual path and then still get sucked up by the experiences that we're having. I think a lot of us who are on the spiritual path can agree that we feel sometimes guilty when we get consumed by these human emotions that we're having. We feel these things and then aside from feeling them, we feel guilty for feeling them in the first place. And I just have a little chat that I want to have with you guys because I've kind of had a few realizations on this topic. So first off, I want to say, I feel like I say this all the time in my videos, but we are here for a human experience. We are literally human beings. We are being human in this experience. So our whole purpose is to, you know, be human and to experience the things that we're having here. So give yourself a little grace, be understanding that this is what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be feeling all the emotions that you're feeling. But if you can have a deeper understanding that everything that's happening is happening for you, I think it does help a lot. And I know when people say that, oh, like everything is happening for you, not to you, it can sound so almost like blind, like you have like a veil over your eyes and you just don't see the world for what it is, like you're living in a fantasy land, or how can you explain this and this and this and like all these horrible things happening in the world. And I'm not saying that any of these horrible things happening in the world should be happening or that they're for you and that they're for your best or whatever, but what I'm saying is the experience and the things that you learn from it, the lessons that you learn from it, are for you. So I believe that our entire experience is used for the collective consciousness. So if you have heard that term before, collective consciousness, it basically is the consciousness of every single one of us. So you watching this video, I'm one of the consciousness, my next door neighbor is one, and all together we create a collective consciousness, which is actually what creates our reality. So without our awareness, we actually wouldn't have anything tangible. So scientists have looked into, I was reading a book, this was actually one of the first books that caused my spiritual awakening or started my spiritual awakening, and in the book they were talking about how if you are breaking down into science what matter is, and you break down, okay, what is matter, and it goes into like, it's a particle, okay, what's a particle, and if you keep breaking it down, the only thing that you can really see that is tangible is the mind and is awareness. If we can agree that we all are creating our consciousness together, there has to be a bigger reason for it, right? And my belief is currently, I say currently because I'm constantly changing, my mind changes so quick and my beliefs change quick, and I'm very open-minded and I like that about myself. I think if you're someone who wants to stick really rooted into your beliefs, just be more willing to learn and to look at the world, and you know what I mean, because that's the whole purpose. The whole purpose is learning more and experiencing more and developing more beliefs and seeing and becoming more open-minded and all of that. So anyways, my current belief is that we are all on this planet as spiritual beings having a human experience. And the reason that we're having this human experience is because the creator of this world can't come and experience this whole amazing planet and universe that it's created on its own. So we have been created so that we will experience it and be able to basically bring our experiences back to that oneness, back to source. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I know this is super like out there to some people, and I get that if this isn't for you, it's not for you. And if it is for you, then hi, welcome, I'm glad to have you. But now let's get into like what I'm actually talking about in this video, because that was just kind of me wanting to give a background on my beliefs. That way you kind of understand what I'm saying. So I was watching Leora Alexandra's video. It was a really old video of hers and I somehow just managed to come across it last night. And she was talking about how our world is basically a spiritual learning ground. Everything that is happening to us is actually for us. Everything is a mirror. She gave the example in her video that she was driving and someone ended up giving her the finger, and she kind of was like, oh my god, I didn't deserve to be given the finger, like why did she give me the finger, like I'm such a good person, like I don't deserve that, da da da, I'm always so nice to people. And she was able to switch it and realize that that was just her ego trying to put her back into that victim mentality. And her being able to recognize that is her being able to see that she still has work to do. And I think a lot of times when we're on this like spiritual journey, me included, we assume there's like a finish line, but there isn't. There is no end goal. It is constantly ever changing and evolving, and the entire purpose of it is to continue to learn more about yourself. I'm gonna go through a few points that I have on my phone because I just don't know if I got all of them across, but I said everything is a mirror. Say your family pisses you off today, they do something that really bothers you. Look at why it bothered you. Look at if the things they were saying you feel are true, or if you feel like you're not being, you know what I mean? There's always something you can flip it back onto to be able to learn from in every circumstance. And it can be a lot more comforting when you are feeling upset by things, because I'm not saying you're not going to feel upset. You're still going to feel upset. You're still going to feel the pain of being human, but you don't have to suffer that same way. You can choose to turn it into a lesson and to grow from it. And the reason that all of that is so important is because without growth, you can't actually change anything. So I read a book on near-death experiences, and I was also watching a video yesterday of this guy who was talking about his near-death experience where he basically was dead for 20 minutes. In all of these near-death experiences, the common similarity is that it seems peaceful. It doesn't seem like there's really conflict. Everything just seems what it is, and there's no good or bad. Everything is just, it just is. That's why we're here, because on Earth there are conflicts and there are things to learn from and grow from, and without being here we would just be at peace and there's no contrast in anything and there's no growing in that. So for example, let's say you're manifesting something that you really, really want and you go and get that thing, but you don't change as a person internally at all from the point A to point B. You don't go through any struggles, it just happens for you like that. You're not going to feel any different because no change has happened to you internally. And all change that happens external is from an internal world, right? So for example, let's say you are manifesting, you really want this like nice dream car. Maybe you'll get this dream car, but then once you get this dream car, you might find yourself feeling like, okay, well, like now what? Like I feel a little unfulfilled. And I think a lot of people, we see this with like people who win the lottery or celebrities and people who just are able to get this huge amount of money but haven't been able to grow internally, and they feel the same as when they were poor. And that's because they haven't changed internally, because they have put the importance on materialism rather than their internal world, which actually reflects everything. Because there are some people that I'm sure are homeless and so happy and fulfilled, and then some people who are billionaires that are miserable. And it's not because, you know, one person's better than the other. It's because your internal world is what matters, and your internal world is what ends up reflecting on the outside. Everything has a purpose. You're not just going through these horrible situations and horrible things for no reason. It is for your benefit. And I know that can sound so disheartening to hear, but it is. So be gentle with yourself and be understanding of yourself. Let yourself feel your emotions. Don't give yourself a hard time for being upset about them or for being in this sad spot or whatever it is. And remind yourself that you're doing this to grow. The entire reason that you're doing all of this is to grow, and you're not going to be handed anything that you can't handle. Every single experience that you have is an experience that you can handle. Some people may not be able to handle the experiences that you're having, and you may not be able to handle the experiences that other people are having. You are given what you can handle. You are given what you are meant to learn from. Yeah, everything is happening for us, and don't be so hard on yourself for feeling upset. I personally don't think that should be the goal, to get rid of feelings. That's just, it doesn't seem right to me. The whole purpose of being here is to be able to feel the feelings. So feel your feelings, okay? That's basically everything I wanted to say. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.